She wasn't just my daughter. She was my best friend. My sunshine.
Listen, do not sit back and do not relax. I need y'all to be dialed in as I tell y'all what just happened. And yes, I mean what literally just happened last Tuesday. This was this week. I'm recording this on Saturday, y'all. This shit literally just happened, and what I'm talking about is a 17-year-old streamer smacking his crush and her bestie, her best friend, to the next life, not with his hand, but with a car, an SUV. He literally runs her and her best friend over, allegedly, while they're riding their e-bikes back home from a function. And then he dips, he leaves the car and runs away, but is caught by the police, but they let him go while they continue the investigation. And it just so happens to be that his uncle is literally the chief, the police chief of the entire city. We got an insane story on our hands today, and I will be honest with y'all, there is two sides to this story. I cannot sit here and take an affirmative stance. I can't, not yet, because what he's saying, right, and this is what we're gonna get through. We're gonna watch his live streams, we're gonna break this shit down fully, but this 17-year-old streamer, whose name is Vincent Bataloro, I don't know how to say his last name, who's accused of intentionally driving an SUV into the 17-year-old friends Maria Nitis and Isabella Salas. Maria is the one he has vengeance against. Stalking is his crush, or this is the person that involves him, right? What he's saying though, and we're gonna get to the stream here, is that she falsely accused him of sending her something heinous. She accused him of literally a crime, bro. She accused him of some shit that ruined his reputation, according to his words, right? So take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. That ruined his reputation and caused him to get literally f***ing bullied.
And these allegations that have been ruining everything is a shame. The amount of bullying that I've been put through in the past has been absolutely absurd.
And listen, this is me from the future. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place, but I need y'all to watch this clip before y'all get into the rest of the video. This video I recorded yesterday, right? But I think this is super important and crucial for y'all to understand the prototype of man we're dealing with today. And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta be somewhere, so unfortunately I can't give y'all a full-blown reaction to this clip, right? This news clip, but I need y'all to watch it right here before we get into the rest of the video, because it paints a picture of the prototype of man this was. I'll leave it at that.
Hi, can I place an order for delivery, please? Can I get 2 large pepperoni pieces? It'll be cash at the door.
He then lets out that demonic laugh. He tells viewers it's all because allegedly Maria had made fun of Charlie Kirk.
Whenever Maria sees the pizza guy come, better think of Charlie Kirk for making fun of his death. Stupid clown.
A fellow gamer asks if he'll drive to Maria's house to watch the pizza be delivered.
Oh, I did that the last time, but the mother saw me pull up in the car, and I got tracked, and the police, did what they did.
First thing we're going to take a look at is a stream on YouTube, 5 days before the incident, where he talks about all this shit. Let's watch this.
So we're going to try to do this. I don't know if it'll work. The place closes at 12, but here's what we're going to do. I think Maria's hungry. I think we're going to send her a pizza. Sure. So y'all know I have a vengeance against this girl for accusing me of sending. I'm going to call a pizza to her house, and here's how I'm going to do it. So I told you all that I bought the brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max the other day, and I'm going to be using this as my main phone now.
Hold on. Whoa, that took a minute for my brain to take in, bro. We're on the 17 already? God damn, bro. See, this is how y'all know, bro, if you really keep up with these drops and you buy this shit every single year, either you got money to burn or you're a drooling little dog that these companies love to spit on used because you were just willing to buy whatever they put out. Damn, bro, we're already on the 17. I thought we were on the 16. I did forget this shit does drop every single year. I mean, hold on, bro.
Camera to do vlogs on. But in the process, I still have my iPhone 16 Pro Max.
Oh yeah, this is the peak of privilege, bro. Look at that fat ass, big ass TV as well, and he has a whole room to stream in. And bro got two phones, a 16 and a 7. He's living good at 17, bro. What can I say? I mean, to be completely honest, I had the newest phone when I was 17 too, bro, and I paid for that shit on my own. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me shut up. I didn't have two though, and I paid for that shit with literally my last dime.
And here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be converting this as a burner phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Domino's, and I'm going to have a pizza sent to her house, and I'm going to tell the guy the driver will be paid cash at the door. Yes, cash at the door. So, Fula, or my dad wants to call you Falula, don't fool me, stupid name. You should not have accused me of sending porn. And you should not have dragged me into creating a police report. So, Fula, you made a bad decision making a bad name of myself. You made a bad decision having this girl return to that store without me being there. I think you're hungry. We're gonna send you a pizza.
5 days after this stream, he allegedly runs over that girl and her best friend in public, murdering both of them, right? And also gets charged with first-degree murder 2 times for both, with 15 other charges and shit. 5 days after this stream, that goes down. Before I say anything and before I fully break this shit down and break down, all the details, let's just cut straight to his next stream. I mean, I guess he just didn't want to miss a day from the job, bro. He just wants the consistency. He took a day off to kill these 2 girls, right? But then he hopped back on stream directly after. Did not want to miss a day. What I'm about to show y'all right now is a stream. I'm talking about the next day after this accident, or incident, I should say. Let's watch that first before we make any concrete breakdowns.
I don't need negativity in this stream, so everybody's getting timed out.
Killer.
Huh? I'm thinking maybe another way, but I need to explain some things that have happened over the past few days, and I'm not going to talk much about it, but in a neighboring town, unfortunately, 2 girls were killed in a hit-and-run crash. Now, there has been a lot of misinformation going on over the internet, but I will say this. I wish my sincerest condolences to those 2 girls lost in that tragic accident, okay?
Hey, the way he speaks is like as if this is a sheriff, bro. I guess he gets it from his dad and his uncle, because his dad is an officer and his uncle is literally the police chief. So I guess this shit runs in his vocab and the way he conversates, right? But I will say, if he actually did this shit, like obviously this is still alleged, even though he is charged with first-degree murder on 2 counts. This shit is still alleged, right? But if he did this shit, bro, and was able to get on the stream straight up, like right after the day of, and talk with this much composure and just calmness, hey, bro, you got you got a demon inside of you. Seriously, this type of composure is literally insane in that context. Let's continue hearing the press conference, though.
An absolute unfortunate situation, and there's more to the story that you're not getting, but when the time comes, I will explain it in greater detail. I'm not authorized to talk about the whole thing. I'm not going to give you any more information, but I will say this, okay? Making threats against my family will not be tolerated. My cousin has received hateful messages over social media.
I wonder why, bro, because you are one of the people who have got on stream and did what you did. You sent pizzas to her house and you made it crystal clear that you don't f with this girl. We heard why, right? But still, out of everybody around, probably in the whole city that's literally on video saying that he doesn't f with this person who ended up dying in this fashion by somebody else, it's you. That's why people are mad and sending you and your family death threats. I will say though, the family part is crazy, but it's just I'm telling you why.
About this whole spiel, and he's had to unfollow me on everything because of this whole drama. Why are you guys getting him involved? It's one thing, okay, if you hate me, you hate me. If you don't, you don't. You're opening up Pandora's box, getting family involved. And that just does not sit right. I really don't even know if I should be streaming this right now, but...
Hey, listen, y'all probably won't see it in the video because I do edit my shit now, but he was going on a yapathon, bro. My brain cells kind of got fried right there, so I shut that shit off. And now we're going to a stream that he did around 2 months ago. 2 months before this shit happened, where I'm being told he was. Let me just play it for y'all. Let's go.
And she's getting her whole team to gang up on me. If I saw her in real life, she would be scared to even see my face, okay? And I only say that because somehow, some way, you know, I guess the brother of her got the report and said pull up to the house. When I said I would, the brother got all scared and backed out like a scaredy cat. He got all scared and backed out and said, I really don't want to fight. And then the girl in the body cam said, I don't expect you to realize how scared I am because he threatened to hurt me. So the brother said, come to the house. It's not worth my time.
And that is his streams, or at least the clips that I could find, because YouTube literally terminated his shit, right? So I wasn't gonna watch the full shit with y'all anyway, so I'm kind of glad I got these clips up my hands. But anyways, that is the gist of all the streaming shit that we need to see. First post that went up immediately after he murked that girl in that fashion, her best friend, is a post from his uncle, which reads, my beautiful young 17-year-old niece was killed. Everybody knows and everybody sees for many months the killer. Follow her to the house for many months, and everybody knows that in a neighborhood, my niece was... Okay, I don't think he wrote this in English or English. It's okay. I can fix this. My niece was a high school student who got followed by somebody from that school every single day who was harassing her. My family notified the police department many times about the situation, which is true. According to his own words, there's a criminal police report, right? There's also a restraining order against him, as I understand it. So that is true, which they never did anything about. My niece is being killed. We have no protection, none, even from the police, no one even from the law. My beautiful niece Maria, my heart is broken. I am so sick about the situation. I lost you basically by somebody who's a psychopath, rest in peace. And the beautiful heaven, so sad, unbelievable, so much pain to me and all of our family. I hope the law does his job at protecting gross and families. Anyways, y'all get the gist of what he's trying to say. I tried to fix that as much as I could because it is broken. But the reason why a lot of people are basically in uproar, and it literally forced the police chief to the police chief had to release a statement, an official statement on the police department's Facebook and social media, because he's the uncle to this Vincent that did this. So people were obviously pissed off as to how he even got let go to go home after being involved in a crash that literally just killed people. People were pissed off and even accusing him of trying to cover up for this Vincent. Let's read his post. Statement of the Westfield Police Chief Christopher Bataloro. I still don't know how to say that, man, and family. Like many of you, I am shocked, stunned, and so overwhelmingly distressed beyond belief by the horrific loss of two young ladies, which occurred in the township of Cranford on Monday night. Not only did my police officers and I urgently respond to this incident to aid our law enforcement partners, but I reside in the very neighborhood where it occurred. While social media has made it known that the accused is related to me, he is not my son and not a member of my immediate family. I want to be clear, as loud and as firm as possible, that in no way, in all caps, do my wife, children, or I condone, defend, or excuse the actions that caused this terrible and tragic loss of life. Now let's break this shit down. I can't sit here and say outright that bro right here did this shit, right? But it's very clear that out of every human being walking around that had a motive to do this shit, it would be him. It's also clear that he could not move on from this situation, right? She has a restraining order on you and you're being called a stalker. Literally, that is the phrase that's being used here. Why did you not move on? But instead, you proved her point and what people were saying about you right. But then again, like I said, I can't take a side here. I have to be neutral because of his claim. That is the one thing that's still in the hook for me, is he's saying she falsely accused him of some crazy shit that ruined his reputation and got him to be bullied. Let me actually run that for y'all as well right here. Listen to this shit real quick.
I really think New Jersey needs to do a better job addressing this mental health crisis, because I've been through way too much. I'm a nice kid. I'm 17 years old with a good family by my side. And these allegations that have been ruining everything is a shame. But again, I'm going to leave it at that. I really think you all should be a lot nicer to each other. If anything happens, I'm going to give you all some advice, all right? If you get bullied and ridiculed in school about, stuff that people hate you, I would tell your counselor immediately. And, before this gets out of hand, you got to address all these things, because I'll tell you what, the amount of bullying that I've been put through in the past has been absolutely absurd. And I'm going to be honest with you, the state is not doing a right job addressing this mental health crisis.
So yeah, you see what I mean? He's saying that he's getting bullied by this shit, and he's saying these are false accusations. And I told y'all beforehand, one of the worst, if not the worst things that you could ever experience as a human being, period, is to be falsely accused of some shit that you did not do at all. And add to it the malicious nature of that thing that you're being falsely accused of being a heinous crime. Literally, like, very small things could ever surpass that. Like, that is evil. That is one of the worst things that can happen to you. So don't get my words twisted here. I want to make that crystal clear, right? So if she sat here and falsely accused him, y'all, I told you this shit can 360 no scope the entire situation. Still wrong that she died, but still, y'all can agree with what I'm saying here, bro. That is really the main point. So until that gets verified on if she really was falsely accusing him or not, I can't call this guy the devil. I can't call him anything, honestly, because he's still accused, not fully convicted or anything. I just had to bring y'all this story because of how crazy it is. And I want y'all to get in the comments to let me know what y'all think about this, because let's take a look at it from both angles. The first angle is that this is a dude who had a crush on his girl, so much so to the point where he was stalking her, or I should say being super pushy, and it got to the point where it made her or somebody in her life get a restraining order on him, and something led to her accusing him and telling everybody else, basically exposing him for allegedly sending her some crazy ass shit that he was not supposed to send. And from this first angle, that shit is true. He did send something to her, and he was being a stalker. Then in that case, bro, then this is just a mentally ill piece of shit, a killer, right? And he took the chance to go murk her and her best friend after stalking them as they were riding their bikes, their e-bikes, back home from a function. Whatever that function is, a party, that's what I'm gonna assume, a house party, whatever it is, bro. They were going home, and the one person that found out where she is and found her location despite him not being with her is him. That's the first angle. So this is a stalking piece of shit loser who could not breathe air without the attention of this woman that he's super in love with and has a crush on. That's the first angle. The second angle is that he is pushy and he did have a crush on her, but then she falsely accused him of sending her some crazy ass shit. That ruined his reputation, got him to be bullied. So now his obsession isn't just her being his crush, but it's a trying to get back at her obsession as well, where he was calling pizzas to her house and shit. And in both cases, bro, he's still accused of murder. So I don't know. It's still bad. I'm just saying that specific detail is the one thing he's hanging on to. And I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about that now that I gave y'all the full story. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out of here.